Hi, welcome to another episode of Hot Takes. I'm going through the sort of news feed that I have and looking, the stories that are likely to come up. And there's a couple of Angela Rayner stories now. And I was going to amalgamate them into one video, but I thought they're so different because one of them she's wearing her Angela Rayner going to build 1.5 million houses hat, and the other is I'm Angela Rayner, I'm in charge of local government hat. And so I think it's best to do them as two videos. So that, I'm afraid, is what I'm going to do. But they are both examples of why Angela is the wrong person in the wrong job at the wrong time, and who should really never even be in politics. She's not very good at it, obviously. But the first one is her local government hat. And there's a problem that Labour have got because of a manifesto pledge, basically. And that is to increase the powers of unions all across the country. Now we're looking here at Birmingham, and you see how bad Birmingham is, and that's all down to the unions being given too much power. Now that is being threatened by Unite, the union there, that they're going to take that nationwide, and they turn the whole of the country into one complete dump. Some would argue that it's already there. Not me though. But she has been warned, Angela, that the plans that the Labour Party have to undo, I suppose, all the restrictions placed on them over the years are going to, basically set this wave, this tsunami of union activity all across the country. And she's busy sort of spearheading these plans at the moment. Now, the law currently states that each trade union, if it's going to have a demonstration, it requires a union representative there, as well as having votes and things for any action. But what we've seen in Birmingham is that some of these demonstrations may be small sometimes, but there's no union presence, or there's no union leadership presence at least, and that is in contravention of the law. And so therefore the law, that she says, needs to change, and they want it that anyone can just demonstrate hey ho. Is that really what she wants? Because she'll be leading a party then that will have the unions clipping at their heels constantly, that nobody in the Labour Party will be allowed to make a decision unless it's been cleared by the unions. And therefore, since the unions aren't voted on, they aren't elected, you would have a dictatorship by unions with no accountability. And that's what the Labour Party are planning to do. Now, she says that she wants the unions have got to have various people in place that do the negotiations, like they're the in-betweeny men, if you will, the liaison between unions, police, government, etc. But why? We shouldn't be in a position where we need that to even be a thing in the first place. But that's unfortunately what Angela is trying to do. But I think the problem we've got is that it's quite clear she does not understand the concepts of what she's trying to do. For her, it's all a bit too much. You're going to end up with very hardline union leaders making very, very difficult decisions, and a compliant government that doesn't have the balls to stand up and say no. And it can't have the balls to stay up and say no, since it's the unions that fund them. You can't go against what the sugar daddy wants, can you? You just have to lay there and take it. And we know what you think. Thanks very much. Goodbye.